Actually, this was
Yes.
not the part, guys. If you are thinking this is where Sagar will get roasted, no, that will be a special episode where I will give him tough positions, specially. Hari Blue Bomb, one of my favorite in today's stream. Like there will be so many interesting moments that you will see, especially in endgames. Just to touch opening, tiny bit here. It was a very standard position. Hari played knight e5. This particular move I did not like. Probably he underestimated knight fd7. Because what happened after was take, and white did not achieve anything in these last two moves. I mean, he took two moves to change one knight. Black's queen came to a better square. Knight is coming to c6. Rook will come to c8. So it's very much possible that Hari kind of missed this. Guys, I have a guest, but before getting him, I want you to see, have a look who is my next guest. Alright guys, yeah, so I hope you saw, MVL is my next guest, and right now we have one more guest. Are we audible? Sagar OP started. Yeah, we are audible. Alright, Sagar, are you ready for this?
Are you ready for it?
Actually, this was not the part, guys. If you are thinking this is where Sagar will get roasted, no, that will be a special episode where I will give him tough positions, specially. But here we will just see some games from this Olympiad.
I would say that every session with Surya, where even if I get roasted, is like a pleasant feeling, because it's like it's a roast where you can't get roasted anywhere else. It's just here at one place. So I'm looking forward to it.
Awesome. You came in perfect time. I will show. I'm going to show some Hari's endgame technique. This is Hari Blue Bomb.
Teach me.
Hari
I
Blue
think
Bomb.
that is the toughest one.
Yeah, that is tough. Okay. So let's go to move 14 right now. We are in
Hari Blue Bomb. Yeah, 14th move.
Look who is welcoming you. Sudeshna Datta is saying welcome, Sagar.
Oh, hi Sudeshna. How are you, Sudeshna? Missing the brilliant hospitality that you and Surya give when we are in Kolkata.
Right.
Okay.
By the way, to the audience, that I just want to clarify that whenever Sagar comes to my stream, I will be roasting him for my entire life, because he defeated me in badminton very badly when he came to Kolkata. So I need my revenge. So all the time it comes to chess, I have it. For those who are not aware, Sagar actually played badminton at state level. And among chess players, I'm not a bad badminton player in general. But Sagar completely killed me. Like, there was no chance I could fight Sagar.
Well, it's just the same thing in chess. Like, the difference in our level is similar to what is in badminton. So
Vidit was also
chess
there,
and
no?
badminton. Yeah. Vidit also plays pretty well. I think you also play pretty well. And also Shashi Kiran plays well. Sarvanan plays well. I think a lot of chess players play good badminton.
I think e4 was not the ideal move. We can move to on move 18 when black played rook a8.
Yeah.
What would Leko play here as white?
Leko loves to play moves like king b1 and all.
King b1 is an illegal move.
No, not. I mean, when his king is on c1, he likes to make prophylactic moves. So here, king h1 or something.
King g1.
But
yes.
King g1. Okay.
King g1 is the best move here.
Okay.
Hari played knight e7, queen e7, and got into some really serious trouble. There was one moment on move 27. This I actually did not understand what Hari missed. White to play here.
On move number?
On move number, this is 27. After black played bishop e4.
If we learn something from Nihal Sarin, it is like you shouldn't give too much importance to queen. So bishop e4, rook d1, is that okay?
Exactly. I think that's what Hari, I am pretty sure he considered this, and it's very difficult to tell what he missed. Bishop e4, as in the chat also they're saying bishop e4. In the game he played queen b3, and I think he saw knight d4. Definitely he saw queen e3 for sure, because now after bishop b7 there is queen e8. That is why he did not sacrifice the queen.
Ah.
So how black is winning here? What Hari missed and his opponent also missed?
Actually, I haven't seen this position carefully, but while I was commentating, I thought knight f3 check,
Mhm.
king h1, knight into e1,
Queen into e4.
queen into e4.
Bishop into e4.
I mean, bishop into e4, and then I was thinking if rook d1, does that work? But I'm not sure. Like, I was thinking rook d1.
Actually,
over
this is
there.
what happened in the game. But rook d1 also, I'll play king h2. I mean, okay, rook d1. Let's say I just play king h2. My king is very safe here with this bishop here.
Yeah, but I'm an exchange up, right? I mean, if I just play simple chess, like say, I don't know, g6, and try to play normally.
Yeah, I mean, first of all, okay, this is kind of a threat. These guys are not exactly coordinated, I would say. I mean, this is what happened in the game. But you know what was a brilliant way to win the game for black? Knight f3 check, king h1, and it's clear both the players missed it. Queen h6.
Queen h. Oh, wow.
Such an
You
easy
attack
move.
h2.
Yeah, such an easy move to miss. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Because you get the same position, but you have changed the queens, which means now knight is coming out, your rook is not stuck, and this would be very
Yeah.
difficult. Now,
Although I still feel Hari would draw the game, you know,
Yeah,
like the way he played.
now we come to this position. I just want to tell audience that this particular position, computer gives -8 for black.
Which move?
37. On move 37, g6.
Okay.
Here, computer gives -8 for black. But I just want to tell to the audience, and Sagar, you must be knowing that the more stronger player you play, the higher the resistance. The more you corner
Yeah.
them, they fight back more. And those who have been fortunate or unfortunate to play with players like Hari or Nepomniachtchi, for instance, you know how slippery they can get. I mean,
Yeah,
you have all the advantage, but they will somehow swindle. Hari's technique here, we can see this on move 43 when Hari played bishop e3. Now this was a mistake, clear mistake by Bluebaum, and unthinkable mistake.
Yeah.
What would you play?
G5, right?
Yeah, g5 is unthinkable. And why?
Yeah,
would you
I
play
was
G5?
thinking, like, who? I think at that point, SL Narayanan joined the chat in the stream, and he said H5, play
Yeah.
H5,
Absolutely.
and then take, and then bring your king over, maybe to E4, then play F5, F4. I mean, basically, yeah.
First of all, I mean, if we just take away these two pawns, and okay, this is also falling, even that is winning. But with these two pawns on, there is just no need to calculate also. You're just winning hands down. Your king will eventually come here, pawn will come here, and this pawn will fall at some point. He played g5 on move 43, and after king g2, rook a2, h4, he still had a chance. Black still had a chance to win this game.
Okay. I don't know if H5 makes any sense here, but
What can you do before playing h5?
no, because you're I don't want to go G into H4. Actually,
Correct.
I may go G into H4, but then bishop H6, H3.
No, your h5 plan is fine, but what do you want to include first?
Rook A4, King G3, H5.
Exactly.
Exactly.
You first play rook a4, and after king g3, now you play h5. And you get this position, that is h5, gh5, rook h4, bishop g5, rook h5.